All right, what's up, boys? We're back here. We're going to talk to David from Dire Armory, and we're going to talk about our plate carriers, dude.
Yeah, plate carriers. Plate carriers are another thing. I say this in every video, like no two plate carriers are going to be set up the same.
Yeah, yours is insane.
Yeah, so I've got a lot of stuff on mine, but it's actually surprisingly lightweight. Some people actually have to have load-bearing plate carriers. This is a good like general purpose plate carrier. I've normally been running the Cry Precision one, like yours. But burn-proof gear, we got these from burn-proof gear, and I've been testing it out, and they've been really solid. So I really enjoy like the shoulder pads and everything in it. But yeah, so they're super cool. So with plate carriers, this is like a super generic general purpose setup. So the first thing you want to know is picking out your plate bags, which is going to be like the carrier itself, like what you put your plates into. And then the plates you put into it, you need quality plates. That's the whole point of carrying all this, is so that if a bullet hits you, it stops and doesn't, you know, blow through you and the neighbor's dog. So plate carrier plates, like some respectable brands in the industry that, you know, normal people can afford, is like RMA. RMA, they're a little thick or maybe even a little heavier than some of the ones on the market, but they're solid plates. They're gonna stop. And then choose what plate level you want. Everybody wants, oh, I want the highest level of protection, but the highest level of protection, like level 4, is crazy. Like it stops like an armor-piercing 30-06, like something you're probably never gonna even encounter, and they weigh like twice as much. So get a plate that's actually gonna stop the threat that you most likely encounter, which would be like green tip 5.56 at like decently close range. Something multi-hit 5.56 would be like really good. So I'm running Hesco. I'm running a Hesco M210 in the front and L210 in the back. The M210 is multi-curved. I had both multi-curve, and I noticed it was digging a hot spot in my back, like where the curve goes in. I was like, oh wait, backs aren't shaped that way. Why would you buy a set like this? It's whatever's comfortable. I just bought a good set of plates, and then we were doing vehicle stuff, and I was riding around vehicle, and it was like, so I went for the flat one, which is the L210, which is kind of an outdated plate at this point, but L210 in the back, M210 in the front. That's the base thing. So next it's like, okay, now I got all this cool molly. Dude, what can I throw on this thing? I want to throw everything on it, right? So kind of baseline, you need a triple mag placard or a mag placard to hold extra rifle mags. That's going to be like the big thing. Other than that, it's just kind of whatever you want. Of course, like I put medical on everything. So at this point we talked about, I've got 3 tourniquets on my belt. Yeah. Then I have a whole nother IFAK right here. So this is the DireFAK XL. It's my IFAK. You can go to direarmory.com and get one. They're for sale now. It's been actually a lot of work. There's been a lot of work to get this out, but you've got exterior access to trauma shears with great retention. You've got this sidecar style tourniquet holder, so you can easily access your tourniquets. I like to face mine down because it's easier to pull down than up. And then you can pop this open, and you've got a nice platform to pull all your stuff off of. So, and then too, this stuff detaches. So you can run any dangler style tourniquet holder. Please buy ours, but if you've already got one, you're like, dude, I don't need another one, use any of yours. So any dangler style tourniquet holder will work it. And we have our trauma shears sheath that also just Velcros in here. And the plan is to bring more accessories that will Velcro in, a Glock mag holder probably, something like that. So it's just taking advantage of valuable real estate on your plate carrier. So, and then I have 2 flashbang pouches right here. Just like a couple flashbangs in case you want to like scare somebody. Desk pop your friends, you know, friends not paying attention, just, you know.
Have you seen a flashbang go off?
No, well, like real ones are. This is like a civilian grade one. Not like an airsoft flashbang. They're a little more than that. Like you have to have a certification to own them. And we could do a whole video on that if you want. And we could do different ones. These are a little more powerful. We detonated one in Project Dark Smoke inside of the room, like the dudes were doing CQB. And Brent was probably 20 feet away from it, and it still rattles you. We had to do the take a couple times because the first went off and the camera like shook because he was like, oh geez, because there you feel that pressure difference. A real flashbang, wasn't in the room when it happened, but I was outside the room there was like a SWAT call, like some dudes inside of a commercial office building. There were ceiling tiles. It blew the ceiling tiles up. So that was like the level of pressure.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, this thing happened. They were like, yeah, flashbang did that. So I haven't been in the room with an actual flashbang, but whatever. Yeah, so then a dangler. A lot of people do away with danglers. I keep mine empty. It's just kind of a pouch I used to throw stuff in. So I've got like a face covering in here if it gets cold or I need to like conceal identity or whatever. And then I kind of use it as a dump pouch. So like I got a lens cloth in here. Sometimes I'll put, if I'm working on something, I'll just keep this unzipped and use it to do something. If I'm changing out my targets and I need to store something in there, that's basically what I use my dangler for. I don't like full things in my dangler.
Yeah, you know? I got a little
IFAC, yeah.
Yeah, I got a little dump pouch in here and a little glow chem.
Yeah. A chem light. Yeah.
Okay, whatever, dude.
They'll say, if you say glow, there's a saying.
There's a difference?
Glow, well, no, not really, but they say glow sticks are for raves, chem lights are for raids, is the saying. So, yeah, that's what I have in my dangler. So, 3 rifle mags is kind of the standard. A full combat load at 7 mags. So you have one in your rifle, 3 here, that's 4, and then 2 on your belt. That's 6, you know, and then run one. As far as cover buns go, I like something that's a little quick to attach. It's not necessarily like what you need. I just noticed with my Cry, and you can replace the cover bun on your Cry to have tubes if you want. Spear to System, or First Spear makes tubes. A bunch of companies now make them.
Yeah, because I have to lift this up and then strap it on.
You do, and so my Velcro started wearing out on my plate carrier because I was all the time putting it on, taking it off, putting it on. So these tubes are nice. They're like short throw and they just quick disconnect. It also comes into play if there's an injury, right? Like if you need to get your plate carrier off quickly.
Check them.
What's that?
Instead of
cutting it or doing the whatever, you can get this off quickly. So that's that. In this side of my cover bun, I've got a spicy mag. So I've got like tungsten tipped and armor piercing stuff in here that you can't just buy that. And I did some trades and met some dudes that have access to it, and
it's like Pokemon trading.
It pretty much is. So that's just 20 rounds of tungsten tipped armor piercing.
Beautiful.
I'll never shoot those. Those just live there. And then a good fixed blade. This is from TSG. I believe they're sold out. These are coming out. This is the official knife of Chris Pratt in Terminal List 3.
Season 3?
Yeah, Season 3. So this is going to be the blade that he uses.
Sick, dude.
But yeah, a good fixed blade. This one's super flat and very lightweight, so I don't even notice it, but it's also easy to access with my left hand. So that's pretty much it. And then I've got my Juggernaut phone holder so I can like check TikTok and, you know, whatever.
Watch some reels real quick.
Yeah, it does help for like first person filming or whatever. It gets when you have this on your battle belt and my gun covers up my front pocket. It's kind of hard to access things in your pocket. But as far as plate carrier goes.
Yeah, so what are the 3 things you need?
The 3 things you need is support and medical. So plates.
That's 2, but it's all right.
Well, plates for sure.
Yeah.
So that's
magazines.
Number 1, support for your rifle and medical. And everything else is kind of whatever. If you're a professional, your department's going to set you up with your SOPs. If it's a general purpose, like either range or like apocalypse, you know, like a fit hits the shan situation, make sure that you like have supporting stuff. Yeah. You know,
like in the military, I see like, people with just like M23 like rounds, and grenades,
and then they may be infantry guys.
Yeah, you
know, you could be a saw gunner and have giant pouches of like 2 extra giant 100-round, you know, saw mags. It's just going to depend on. And again, that's all professional stuff. That's like, hey, this is what you're going to run. For us, for like general purpose, and then like sizing too, like yours is super low, so like that's your heart. That's your heart right there. So you want to cover your heart and lungs. That's kind of the whole point of the front plate. So if you feel your throat, there's this little U-shaped bone, like the top of your sternum, and you want your top of your plate to be meeting that.
Oh yeah,
so you want to tighten up like a lot, and then kind of similarly on your back, there's like whatever your spinal numbers. It's like right up there, right at the top of your shoulder blades. But that's pretty much it. Good plates, rifle mags, and medical. And then the rest, you need chem light. You want chem lights, extra mags for your pistols, which you have here. Multi-tool. Sometimes I carry a multi-tool. Anything like that can come in handy. But other than that, start small. Don't buy everything and load it out. Start small, and as you need things, add them, and add them as minimally as possible.
And train. Go out there and train.
And train. Yep. Go out there, take classes, because until you get out there and shoot, you're not going to even know what you need anyways.
Yeah, like we were filming last time here, and I did the reload for the first time, like shoot a bullet, then reload, and then shoot it again, and I sucked. I still suck, but like actually doing that, you know, you
Yeah.
like, oh, it's easy. No,
And the goal, and that's kind of the mentality to have is like, I suck too. Like there's guys out here that are shooting like they're so good. I just try to suck less every time I show up to the range.
That is a
Like,
goal.
that's it. Like you're always, there's always gonna be somebody better at you. Just document what you're doing and try to improve yourself, and that's it.
Thank you so much for being here, dude, and helping us out, because, you know, I know nothing about pretty much any of this, and I'm getting right into it. So if you are too, check out Dire Armory and watch these videos.